I'm Yogesh Bhatti. I'm from Jodhpur, Rajasthan. I'm pursuing MBA from LMC Jodhpur. Thank you. That's me.
Jitendra Lakhotia, please introduce. Are you here? Never mind. We'll move to the next person. Lovish. Yes, Lovish.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, one introduction for the rest of the crowd.
Yes, my name is Lavish, and right now I'm pursuing basic agriculture. And earlier I was winner of IIT Delhi, and from there I went to Singapore with sir, and I got free ticket from LWT. And right now I'm running a startup that is New Days. Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
is from my side.
Yeah, Mr. Neeraj. Sorry, Ranjit. Ranjit.
Yeah, hi Vishal, this is Ranjit. Hi everyone. Basically a co-founder of EPC Hub and Hoberry. We are into energy solutions as well as infrastructure consulting. So we are our investment tech company wherein we have an open credit line of around 20 million for that energy project.
Where are you based?
So I'm based out of Delhi.
Delhi. Okay, thank you. Anubhav Kantura. Am I saying your name correctly? Anubhav. Yeah. Yes, Anubhav.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to join this call. I'm Anubhav Kantura. I'm from Dehradun, and currently I'm working with ICICI Prudential in Karnataka as cluster manager.
Right now you are in Bangalore.
No, not in Bangalore, but I'm in Belgaum. Came here for
Okay.
some work, but I got stuck due to lockdown.
Okay. घर घर की कहानी.
So, yeah.
Okay, DJ. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hello everyone. This is Dheeraj. I'm a alumni from IIM Rohtak. I'm currently based out of New Jersey, US. I'm working with Cognizant Technologies and into account management and customer relationship domain.
Okay, thank you.
Happy to be part of this.
Mr. Keshav Narula.
Hey guys, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Keshav Narula and I'm based in Delhi. Done my BCom from DU and currently I'm working in INGLU. INGLU is a student community and I work in a capacity of business development and growth charge. Yeah.
What's your location?
Delhi.
Delhi. Okay. Okay, thank you. Mr. Rajat Chakrabarti.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rajat Chakrabarti. I was part of the 2017-20 weekend batch of Exalada.
Uh-huh. Right now you are located where? Your mic is not working. So if anybody's mic doesn't work or you cannot hear the sound correctly, it's easiest thing is to exit and enter again. Easiest fix. Anyway, I think we'll come to, okay, we have one more person, 3AF 84880. Please introduce yourself.
Hello.
Sounds like an encrypted name. Yes, Rajat. Yeah, you can introduce yourself first. Then we can move to the other person.
I guess he's also facing some connectivity challenges, so maybe we can.
Yeah, sure. Rajat, you can. I think you got disconnected. Oh, sorry. Now.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Rajat Chakrabarti. Actually, I'm part of the Accelerate 2017-20 weekend batch, and currently I'm located in Kolkata. I work for a chemical company called Walker.
Thank you. Atul sir, you are here.
Hi everyone, this is Atul Kumar. I'm an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad 2001. currently based in San Jose, California, originally from Jamshedpur, uh, and I mainly help startups.
Piyush, yeah, please introduce yourself.
One second. Hello.
Yeah, yes. Yes, Piyush.
Hello, yes. Yeah, I'm Piyush. So I'm working on the startup in the. So should I tell about my startup, right?
No, just introduce yourself. We'll come to the ideas later.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Piyush. So I'm from Accelerate. I just recently passed out 2020 batch. Uh, that's about me. I will be working on the startup in the kind of blue collar and gray collar jobs field.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Divesh, please introduce yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm a businessman from Jodhpur.
Okay. Thank you. Gaurang. Gaurang, are you here? Okay. Maybe later. Okay. 3AF 84880. Please introduce yourself. Can you hear me? Okay. Never mind. I think we'll have the introduction. Whoever left, anybody else who's left can just give now, or you can introduce later also. No problem. Okay. So okay. Anyway, let's move on to our agenda. So this topic is actually derived from our past almost 2 months of discussion, where we have been discussing about various case studies of successful companies. Kindly keep your. Let me mute everybody first. Okay. Yeah. Let me just brief everyone. Then we can unmute everybody also. So yeah. So this is coming from last almost 2 months of discussion, where we discussed a lot of things in bits and pieces. And we discussed about some steps or economy, education, and things like that. And after that, we thought it's actually best. It's best time to talk about part-time startups. And why I'm saying part-time startup is because the very first thing that turns off a lot of people is they have to choose like either or, like job karna hai ya startup karna hai. So this makes very decision very hard for a lot of people actually, and I've seen this. So it's better to maybe go for a part-time startup, and then if things work very well, that part-time startup can be made a full-time startup also. So that's why the topic is kept as part-time startup, and this is also the need of the hour, because अभी इतने सारे क्राइसिस हो गया है कि बहुत सारे लोगों को पता नहीं है कि उनके जॉब का क्या होगा, स्टूडेंट्स को पता नहीं है कि उनका प्लेसमेंट का क्या होगा, किसी को नहीं पता है कुछ भी कि क्या होगा exactly, like nobody is very sure, right? So it's a good time to develop alternate skills, alternate career, alternate business plans and things like that, and at least know about it कि क्या कर सकते हैं क्या नहीं कर सकते हैं. किसी के पास कुछ आइडिया है तो we can discuss and make some business plan for them as a group discussion. ठीक है, so this is how the things will unfold, and I think once we get into specifics it will get more clear, but the whole agenda is to get people on that entrepreneurship train, ठीक है, part time at least. So yeah, let me allow. So now everybody can unmute themselves. I'm muting them again. Yeah, so you have a choice. Right now everybody is on mute, but you can unmute yourself. And the easiest way to communicate so that there is no confusion is by raising hands. So if you raise your hands, I will be coming to you as a priority. But if you don't raise your hand, still I'll come back to you, but may not be as a priority. ठीक है. So I think पहला starting का question ये है. I think some of you have startup ideas, so we can listen to those startup ideas, and then maybe we can start one by one scrutinizing them. So anybody would like to go first about their startup idea?
Before we go there, Vishal, just
Yes.
a suggestion. As you
Correct.
said that there have been a lot of discussions for the last 2 months, and obviously there would be some brainstorming discussions as well would have happened. So can we at least get a summary or a gist of those discussions in terms of any analysis that this group or more members have done in terms of what are the new avenues which have come up because of this pandemic era? And I mean, what are new avenues which one can think of, which can be a good starting point to think of those ideas which we can elaborate further? And based on that, if there are any ideas which the team has already thought through that these can be pursued further and done some analysis for that particular idea, then we can come on to those list of startup ideas which people want to share. But I want to know what are those new avenues which have opened up because of this crisis. If there was any
we'll come to that.
line.
We don't have a formal analysis of all the ideas, but I think as we hear people also, we will I think your question will be answered in the course of the discussion.
And also, are we going to take into consideration of the recent economic package which India has come up with?
Yes. So that's why the topic is known as Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, and that's where putting this how to start a part-time startup and making use of whatever government is giving. So this was a good time to start this discussion. So that's why we are starting it today, and we'll do it as a series. I don't know,
Okay.
10 episodes, 20 episodes कितने जाएंगे? Depends on people also interest, demand supply kind of, you can say.
Okay.
So देखते हैं कैसे होता है. Yeah, so it's basically to help everybody as a community to kick off their let's say long lost dream, and also maybe find an alternate dream as a career path. Okay, so the easiest thing to start will be listen from people who already have some idea, who are thinking about some idea. तो उनके आइडियाज पे ही पहले हम लोग बात कर लेते हैं कि ये अभी ये चल पाएगा भी कि नहीं. There can be a quick analysis and everybody can give a bit of suggestion. इस तरह का चीज करना भी चाहिए या like what is the feasibility at least. Yeah, okay. So anyone would like to go first, or I can pick some people? Maybe start with Lovish. Lovish, are you here? Yes.
Good
Lovish.
evening, sir.
So apna, just you can maybe explain in 1 or 2 minutes what you're doing.
So right now I'm working on New Days, that is my own company, and in which I'm working on my project, that is hydroponics with artificial intelligence. That water in the medium of water, the plants will directly grow, and using the artificial intelligence method, means it will be total robotics manner, and there will be very less use of human beings to interfere in this. But
Okay.
right now I'm not thinking about it, but I have just new plan for that. Just like I want to sell the tribals products, which is very high demand in Jharkhand and other places also, for means of decoration. They're decorating their homes, like making of jhulas and fans, hand fans. There are many products like that, so I'm thinking kind of. So
you have already
to start.
started selling some of those, or you are thinking about selling those?
No, sir. I had contacted to the people who are manufacturing this right now,
Okay.
but I want to go it online. So that's why I'm just taking a bit of suggestion from your side. That's why I put a plan in front of you.
So basically, I'll just type it out. So it's basically selling some rural products
Yes, sir.
to Jharkhand.
Yes, sir.
That is selling rural products. in Jharkhand. Okay, so and online obviously, right? Online e-commerce.
Yes, sir. I have a website also, New Days,
Yeah. Okay.
newdays.com.
Okay, so let's hear from other people.
Yes, sir.
What challenges do you see in this venture? इसको क्या problems आ सकता है? What do you think in the current scenario?
So maybe delivery problems first of all.
Okay.
Sir, this is the main problem I'm just now in my hand. Because sir, we had also done earlier for the delivering of products, but that was not lockdown time. So right now
What
I'm
is the website you said, Mavish?
New Days, KNEWDAYS. Earlier we used to sell the products just like Flipkart and Amazon.
Okay. So this delivery is the only problem.
Yes, sir. Right now I have this kind of problem only because I had word with all the vendors and the manufacturer people. So I'm thinking about this right now.
Okay. Okay. So I think anyone else want to add anything? Mr. Dheeraj, you want to add something? Yeah, suggestion.
I just wanted to know, like, what is the state of your new venture, Lovish? Is it like, do you have any list of customers? Do you have some customer base already? Are you shipping any stuff already to them, to some areas of your targeted geography? And what are your actually customers, target segment? What age group you are targeting for? Or what is the demographic? Any analysis you have done on that front? Because I don't know what stage of startup we are right now, right? New Days holds to what is your customer base, how much is your sales talking about, what are the sales numbers we are talking about, and you're saying you have facing an issue in the delivery. So have you tried few options? What are those options and what kind of challenges that you faced? Then we can suggest, if there are some alternate routes accordingly.
So exactly, we are targeting students, all the college students in our locality. So basically, is the basic reason why we are failing in this situation is that the same logistics. So if some order came with us and we are ready to sell outdoor things, how we can deliver this? The question is how we can deliver.
But do you have any order? I think that's the one question.
So actually, earlier. No, sir. Right now we don't have order, but we have that kind of audience to capture.
Sir, इससे पहले जब लॉकडाउन नहीं हुआ था उसके पहले we are selling और हमने अप्रॉक्स 18,000 तक के प्रोडक्ट को सेल कर चुके हैं हम अपने वेबसाइट के थ्रू. सो ये बस इस साल का ही है. हम इस प्रोजेक्ट पे लास्ट ईयर से काम कर रहे हैं. लास्ट ईयर हमने अप्रॉक्स 2,30,000 के प्रोडक्ट को सेल किया था अपने वेबसाइट के ऊपर से.
बट वो डायरेक्ट नियर बाय कस्टमर्स थे.
सो उस वक्त हमारे जितने भी कस्टमर्स थे वो हमारे कॉलेज के ही थे और नियर बाय के थे. तो वो लोकेलिटी के थे तो वो इजीली सेल आउट हो रहा था. बट लॉकडाउन होने के कारण हमारे पास लॉजिस्टिक भी उतने अच्छे नहीं है कि हम सेल आउट कर सके. लाइक समवन इज आस्किंग टूथपेस्ट. ओके, लेट इज टेक एग्जांपल. ठीक है कि किसी ने एक टूथपेस्ट मंगाया और टूथपेस्ट वो मंगाने वाला जो ऑर्डर है वो समवेयर मध्य प्रदेश से आ रहा है. तो मध्य प्रदेश तक हम अपने प्रोडक्ट को रीच कैसे करवाएं? रीजन यहाँ पे डिफिकल्टी हो जाता है ना. अगर हमारे लोकेलिटी में होता है या 10 किलोमीटर के आसपास होता है तो डिलीवरी बॉय हम खुद भी बन के जा सकते हैं. नॉट एन इशू विद दैट.
Okay, hold on, Lovish. I think there is some gap. Are you the e-commerce company newdays.com who is selling the product, or are you a merchant of that newdays.com website wherein you are as a seller selling your products on that platform? Which one of you are?
हम प्रोडक्ट्स को डिफरेंट एरियाज से कलेक्ट करके लेकर आते हैं, उसका एक स्टॉक कर लेते हैं और उसके बाद हम सेल करते हैं.
So you are a seller using newdays.com website?
No,
correct?
they are himself running that New Days. They are not seller.
Okay, so newdays.com, which I opened, it sells Himalayan products, it sells Raymond products, a lot of other products. I don't see any tribal products there. So I am a bit confused whom we are talking about.
सर राइट,
What is the
जैसे कि
problem
अभी
statement? I'm
है
not able to find out properly because
सर
newsday.com doesn't talk about anything around tribal products or home decor or any traditional home decor products.
सर इसमें इस तरह का होता है ना, लाइक कि हमारे नियर बाय से जितने भी शॉप्स हैं, ठीक है, जिनके पास ऑनलाइन जाने का कुछ है नहीं और उनका वेबसाइट नहीं है, तो हम उनके प्रोडक्ट को राइट नाउ इस तरह सेल करा रहे हैं।
अभी इस पे प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, अभी हटा दिया,
और कुछ लॉकडाउन की वजह से सर हमें प्रोडक्ट वापस हटाना ही पड़ रहा है।
हटा दिया मतलब एक्चुअली।
ये तो अभी मतलब बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स है, अभी कम कर रहे हो, उसको फोकस करना चाह रहे हो, राइट?
यस सर,
यस सर।
तो ये दिस अबाउट द झारखंड बेस्ड थिंग, राइट?
या
तो झारक्राफ्ट को यूज किया आपने?
व्हाट सर?
झारक्राफ्ट?
नो सर।
तो झारक्राफ्ट है झारखंड गवर्नमेंट का, और सिमिलरली इंडिया गवर्नमेंट का भी है सेंटर में, दिल्ली में। ज्यादातर स्टेट्स का अपना होता है लोकल आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट या लोकल आर्टिजन्स को प्रमोट करने के लिए। तो आप झारक्राफ्ट से मैं कनेक्ट कर सकता हूँ if you want, और चूंकि मैं झारखंड से बॉर्न इन झारखंड तो जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, तो झारखंड में अगर इफ यू नीड एनी हेल्प आई कैन हैप्पी टू इंट्रोड्यूस यू टू पीपल गवर्नमेंट से। अब वो चीज नहीं रही, अभी पहले रघुवर दास जब सीएम थे तो काफी इन्वॉल्व था, बट बाद में उन पे भी बहुत सा करप्शन वगैरह का आ गया, तो थोड़ा मैं गवर्नमेंट से बच के रहता हूँ। लेकिन आई नो पीपल इन झारखंड, ब्यूरोक्रेसी में वहाँ के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, तो आई एम हैप्पी टू हेल्प यू इंट्रोड्यूस टू दोस ग्रुप्स।
ओके सर।
Okay, Vishal, I have a point. Lavish, first of all, I want to congratulate that you guys have chosen this journey to be self-reliant. I just want to understand a basic concept that why only Jharkhand? Because you started with the line that we want to sell in Jharkhand. If you are going online, then why only Jharkhand? And like how you think that people will come to your site for this Himalaya face cream that I was just opening the site, and why don't they go to Amazon or Flipkart or any other like XYZ?
सर सबसे द फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सर कि जो एक हम प्रेजेंट करते हैं, लाइक राइट नाउ हम अपने कॉलेजेस में क्या करते हैं कि खुद के जैसे स्टार्टअप्स को हम बढ़ावा देते हैं। हम स्टूडेंट्स से कहते हैं कि व्हाट एवर यू वांट आप हमसे लो, बिकॉज कॉलेजेस में क्या होते हैं क्या होते हैं कि सर हम 9 to 10,000 स्टूडेंट ऐसे होते हैं जो बाहर जाने का हमें मौका नहीं मिलता है फॉर डिफरेंट रीजंस। लाइक हमारे साथ ये रीजन है कि आफ्टर 8 o'clock इन PM हमारे गेट बंद हो जाती है, आपको बाहर जाने नहीं मिलता है, और 5 PM तक हमारी कॉलेजेस चलती हैं, तो 3 hours मिलती है, इसमें आपको वापस हॉस्टल में आना है, फ्रेश होना है, फिर बाहर जाकर आ भी जाना है। तो ऐसे केसेस में सर बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट हम कवर नहीं कर पाते, हम बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें जो ले नहीं पाते। तो हम अगर होम बेस्ड है, कॉलेज के अंदर है, तो इससे ये एक फायदा होता है कि अगर हमें कोई भी कह देता है तो हम उस प्रोडक्ट को मंगवा लेते हैं गेट तक, और हम हॉस्टल में रूम तक हम सर्विस को दे देते हैं। तो एक हमारे साथ ये प्लस पॉइंट होता है सर।
तो आप इसके लिए सिर्फ अपने कॉलेज को टारगेट कर रहे हैं कि पूरे इंडिया में सब कॉलेजेस में आप किसी बंदे को पकड़ेंगे और वो आपका फिर कांटेक्ट पर्सन होगा उस कॉलेज को सर्विस देने के लिए? ऐसा कुछ है मॉडल?
सर राइट नाउ तो हमने अपना कॉलेज ही पकड़ के रखा है, बट हम पूरे गवर्नमेंट मतलब कि हम पूरे इंडिया के कॉलेज में जाना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज हर कॉलेज की राइट नाउ यही एक प्रॉब्लम है। लाइक कुछ कॉलेज है जहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम इस तरह की नहीं है, लाइक IITs है, NITs है, बट उसके अलावा जितने बहुत सारे ऐसे कॉलेज जहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम फेस की जा रही है, हॉस्टल में को ये प्रॉब्लम फेस होती है।
What problem you mean? कौन सा
सर
प्रॉब्लम फेस होता है?
हॉस्टल से बाहर जाने के लिए,
हॉस्टल से बाहर जाने की वाली प्रॉब्लम है।
ओके ओके, आई थिंक खासकर फीमेल्स को तो आई थिंक बहुत ज्यादा होता है।
यस सर,
I have seen this, although I was not very happy to know, but this is the reality.
यस सर।
ठीक है, तो एक चीज और बताओ, I think for everybody's sake, how did you start this zero money? You had some money, I mean initial funding या जरूरत, जो पैसे का जरूरत था, how did you manage?
सर मैं ऋतिक हूँ, लवेश का छोटा भाई, और मैं इंजीनियर हूँ, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर हूँ। तो मैंने सब कुछ जीरो से ही स्टार्ट किया था, भैया का आइडिया था और कि ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या, तो मैंने प्लेटफॉर्म वगैरह सब डिजाइन वगैरह किया, और फिर हम शॉप टू शॉप गए कि अगर आपके पास कुछ प्रोडक्ट है और हम आपसे मंगाना चाहे, आपको प्री पेमेंट कर दे तो क्या आप हमारे कॉलेज के गेट पे आप पहुंचा सकते हो. So the idea was evolved like this, sir, and we started with zero.
Okay. So I think just for everybody's sake, they are actually two brothers, and they are using one name. Yeah. So I know them personally, so I'm just clarifying this. Okay. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
one good point for everyone. I think one good takeaway is, let's say, because they are brothers, so they don't have that money ka problem abhi, or one could complement other in the skills. That okay, I'll do this and you can do this, and that's how they could start with zero money. And by zero money, I don't mean zero zero. I mean
Yes.
like like a small amount.
Okay.
टॉप के लिए चाहिए होगा. ठीक है, तो एक चीज और बताओ, डिलीवरी के अलावा एनी अदर प्रॉब्लम यू आर फेसिंग?
Sir, presently.
मार्केटिंग, गेटिंग मोर कस्टमर्स एटसेट्रा.
यस सर, हर एक स्टार्टअप का बस मतलब कि एक छोटा सा ड्रीम होता है सर कि वो आगे और से ज्यादा ग्रो करे. ग्रो करने के लिए व्हाट वी नो द डिजिटल मार्केटिंग थिंग्स एंड ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग मार्केटिंग. सो जितनी ज्यादा मार्केटिंग होगी, बट मार्केटिंग करने के लिए भी तो हमें फंड्स चाहिए सर. सो वी डोंट हैव फंड्स. दैट्स अ वेरी ट्रू थिंग because we started even since कि हमने अपने प्रॉब्लम को देखते हुए इसको स्टार्ट किया था.
नहीं ठीक है. आई थिंक वो एक पर्टिकुलर स्टेज पे तो प्रॉब्लम आना ही
Yes,
आना है. It's more at the, I think, like the topic as we said, ki how to get it started at least. I think what you are stuck is how to scale up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How to maybe move to the next level. Okay, so you guys have already started with, let's say, almost negligible amount. So yeah, good sharing. Let's move to someone else. Mr. Ram, you are also talking about a startup that you want to continue or something. You can tell us a bit history of that.
I come from a farmer family where I can see the idea actually started from the thought that my father's generation was farming, and then he took up a job, and then I can see my generation is almost extinct who take up farming as a occupation. So what made me do think this way is this thing. I want to do something beneficial to farmer community, at the same time build my career in that path. So my idea is something creating a platform to increase the farm machinery, farm mechanization to the farmer on pay-per-use basis. So for understanding, it's like simply Ola for farmer. To get a tractor or implement or rice harvester or transplanter, whatever it is, he just needs to go to the office or call us or book it in the app. He'll get on-time service and transparent service. So that's what. This is nothing new right now. We can see harvesters traveling from Punjab till Kanyakumari. Since the harvesting season at each location is different. So this is already being done, which is in unorganized sector. So I want to kickstart with the same idea using a tech platform where I can track the machinery. I can so it's like I'll have 3 verticals in the business where I'll be catering needs of farmers, machine owners, and the local entrepreneurs who will be setting up the platform in that particular region. It's like I was right now thinking about a franchisee model where I give the franchisee owner the contacts of the machine owners across the country, and we have to work on optimizing the critical path of travel, transporting the machinery across different regions. So wherever I'm planning to start this in Andhra Pradesh, and I have a vision to expand it across, scale it up. So my struggle right now is how can I do the proof of concept for this idea. So I'm still working. I'm talking to different local farmers, and I'm talking to the brokers who are doing the same thing, being in contact with the machine owners, where one thing I observed is for 1 acre, for example, if it is a paddy, for 1 acre harvesting, it costs farmer from 1500 to up to 3500. So this is the price range depending on the region of the farm, or depending on the personal relation of farmer with the broker or something like that. There is no transparency in this. So we can, using technology, we can make that 1500 to at least 2000, yeah, 2200. That's what, just an idea, what we have. We can optimize by maximum utilization of machine, at the same time getting the machine available to the farmer on the right time. Since we have very good subsidies on tractors, I don't think there is much demand for tractors on rent, but there is still a scope in few areas where, say, in my own village, we have around 20 tractors, and there are 1,000 farmers in the village. So for the better yield, there is this time for harvest or cultivation or plowing, where everybody needs the tractor in the same week. So that is a time where there's a urgent demand. Using this platform, we can get machines from the other districts nearby, where the crop cycle is different. Maybe it will be varying around 15 days to 20 days. So I want to solve this problem of availability of machinery to the farmers. At the same time, it's also availability of labor as well, which is a major problem in agriculture right now. So these are the two problems I'll try to solve through this idea. I need some help on how to validate this idea of mine with the minimum cost or investment. So that is where we are struggling. Along with me, we have Anish also in the meeting now. He is my co-founder. We are working on he's talking to different farmers in his own village and state in Punjab, and I'm talking with farmers in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, and getting to know about their problems. We are at that stage, still struggling to kickstart it.
Okay. So one question I have, and I think others can also ask the question.
Yes, please.
So when you're talking to all the farmers and local people, they are getting this done through some or the other ways.
Right.
So let's say when you say there is a problem, is actually there is a problem, or like how big is that gap, or like what is the actual problem in their delivery versus your delivery, let's say?
So it's like, say, if there's a village of 1,000 farmers, where the broker goes as per his own understanding with the other farmers. Even though if it is not a critical path in the whole chain, he'll work as per his own wish. At the same time, say, only delaying harvesting by 3 days or 2 to 3 days, there will be around 10% difference in the output yield per acre. So unique value propositions from my startup is increasing productivity of farmer per acre, at the same time increasing usage of machines. At the same time, we can convert the existing brokers as our partners in different regions. So it's like it is the same existing problem which we are solving with added technology and Internet of Things. We can integrate the machine with the internet IoT sensors, where the machine owners can live track what is happening. There is a transparency between machine owners, farmer, and then the local entrepreneurs whom will give our franchise to.
But just one question, right? I want to know, do you know what is whose problem is it? First of all, you're saying the problem, because right now farmers are able to manage on an ad hoc basis. Somehow they're able to get the machinery and get their crop reaped, right? Now, is it the time they need to acquire a machine, maybe on rent or somewhere? Is that the problem, or is it the price they are paying for that machinery is the problem? Is it the price, or is the time delay?
It's both.
If you can clarify between these two, if both are the problem, or only one of them you're targeting?
As far as if I have spoken to around 50 farmers, 99% has both the problems.
Ram, your idea is very well thought, and I'm really impressed with all your research you have done. I belong to a farming family in Haryana, so my just one whatever you consider it, suggestion or question. Um, like you are talking about the middleman who is doing this work till now, because they have contacts, and they are having and in this field muscle power means a lot.
Right.
Like what I have seen is it's not that very easy to break that. Like there is a powerful person in a region in those 5 villages, and he is right now running the whole show. And if you want to enter that area, he will not allow you that easy. Okay, he will say like, how come someone from other area come to my area? He will not even allow to enter your machineries and your people. They will there may be some scenarios that they will beat up your people, and a lot of cases I have seen this in my area. I'm from
Yes, yes,
Haryana.
definitely. This
so
is happening.
have you seen have you considered all these factors as well?
Yes, yes. We just because of that, we will try to pursue them to be our partners, and we have to make them realize that partnering with us gives them better machine availability in the season, and their income also increases. It's like is this we can say it is the same taxi driver who is collaborating with Ola or Uber to increase his income. So we need to work in that way. We have to convert our competitors into our collaborators. That's what the idea is.
Very well
Oyo
thought.
might be a better Oyo might be a better comparison.
Right,
I
right.
would say like
the whole thing. Yeah. Yes.
I would say New York taxi will be the best example here. It used to be called as the biggest mafia in the world. If you want to travel in New York, there is a mafia that can only help you. And Uber broke that. And Uber really broke that.
And very right. And medallion बोलते थे, उस medallion को खरीदने के लिए $1 million में sort of auction होता था. Once you have the medallion, then you are the king of New York roads.
Yeah, I agree with Neeraj. Rightly said, right? The New York taxi mafia, yes, and I can relate to that. And I'm also coming from a Haryana family, so I can second what challenges Neeraj has pointed out, that very well and very on the spot. That is actually the practical challenges. But now there is a good opportunity. I have also seen these days the affordability of a tractor has increased if you compare it for last 15 years or so. So a lot of farmers who were dependent on getting a tractor rented for their harvesting from a big landlord in that village has decreased. So because now though they are getting subsidized price and some loan from the government, they are able to buy tractors. But again, the usability of the tractor, right, is again right now not optimized.
Yes.
So if we have like if you compare, there are 1,000 farmers in the village, and earlier there were only 20 maybe 100 of them would have a tractor. But now that is increased to 400 people out of those 1,000 farmers who have a tractor. But
Right.
are they using that to the full potential? Are they using the tractor for the whole harvesting season every day? No. They will use it just for themselves. And that would be maybe 2-3 days. That's it. They're done with their crop harvesting, but the tractor is still with them and that's lying idle. And that's where we can tap and use that tractor for somebody else's harvesting. So instead of because that mafia which Neeraj pointed out, right, big landlords used to have the muscle power and all, that doesn't play that big role at it used to play 5, 7 or 10 years back. But this is a good platform wherein the collaboration would be more easier once people know that they can get more money out of their machine by renting it to somebody else in the same community or village or nearby villages as well.
Yes, and it's not only the tractor. Even though tractors are affordable, the farmer can't buy each and every attachment of tractor for it.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a group, unorganized group in every village where one farmer buys the tiller, one farmer buys the plow, one farmer buys the disc plow, and they use it accordingly. So
Exactly.
that's where the actual return on investment is not being realized from the for farmer.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So we are talking about, if people in US who would know, right, we have Home Depot. So we have all our machineries, we can rent it from there. So there's the similar concept, I think, which this startup Ram is trying to do, but on a e-commerce channel. Maybe there is an app wherein people can opt for their demand that I'm looking for this and this machinery, and then people who already have that machinery can quote up their price that okay, you can take it for a day or two, this is my charge. And it can be a simple collaboration. But you pointed out a few other things, because you're trying to procure this machinery from other states as well. that's something which is like of quite, I would like to know more, because how you're going to bear the transportation cost of such huge machinery to be delivered from one state to other, or do we
So,
really need to do that? Can't we in-source within the state?
No, I'll explain the current scenario, how the rice harvesters are being transported to state to state. Say, for example, if there's a main paddy area near Kumbakonam and Tanjavur. It's like a paddy farming belt. So once they complete their season, say for example in October or November, so after completing that particular harvest season, they'll be working only if they are working in the one crop alone. So the same farmer takes the machine from Kumbakonam, reaches till Salem, and then to Erode, and then towards Chennai, and then he reaches Nellore. Every district he spends around 15 days, and he starts going till almost till Srikakulam. It will be like he'll be traveling around 1200 kilometers in the next season. Say if he has done crop in the Rabi season, and he'll be traveling on Kharif season, and his farm will be taken care by someone from his family. At the same time, he'll be working on this as well. So every district, he over the period of time, he'll develop a contact in every taluka. Generally, these contacts are the rice merchants in those talukas. So these rice merchants, since there is a problem of liquidity with the farmer, what they do is they does everything. They pay completely to the machine owner and collect from the farmer in the form of rice, where it will be unreasonable price as well sometimes. So those are things that are happening where farmer is getting affected. At the same time, machine owner is also getting affected. He'll get the constant price along with, say, if it is nearby the taluka or the center of that taluka where he is working from, per acre cost would be around 1500 per hour cost, I mean. And if it is same thing 10 kilometers away from there, the farmer gets charged for the 10 kilometers all alone. And again, in the same 10 kilometers radius, he has some other contract as well to deliver. So this way, it's like neither the farmer is getting the benefit nor the machine owner is realizing his investment, return on investment. It's the rice merchant who is taking the maximum benefit of the machine without any investment. So we want to optimize this whole supply chain.
Okay, so rice merchant is the middleman which you want to eradicate and provide more transparency to both the ends, to the machine lender and the machine renter, both.
Yes,
correct.
There are rice merchants,
Good,
and then there are local powerful people who has cash reserves and helps the. They say they'll help the farmer and get the money after the selling their crop. So that way, these people are, we can say, whom the farmers trust the most in that particular taluka, and they do this business. So instead of, if we enter as a third person and try to break their trust on this particular person, it will be difficult. That will be the whole big challenge in the business model alone. So we have to try making them as our collaborators. So if he is currently working with, say, harvest season, if he is working on 4 harvesters, maybe we can make him available around 15 harvesters, with which his the cash flow will be the same. And say, if, for example, in East Godavari and West Godavari, where there are 3 crops per year, fertile lands, in the crop season alone, there used to be around 700 to 1000 harvesters coming from different parts of the country for that particular 15 days. And still, there are farmers who do not get machine on time. And even the local rice merchants and the brokers that we are talking about, they also couldn't get the machines on time for them. It's that kind of demand supply constraint is also still there, which we can optimize using technology.
Okay.
Just want to add one point here. Like what I have seen is this thing started with JCB era, like when JCB like for digging and all those things started using. People started using JCB. And I have seen rags to riches story in that arena. Like few people used to have and charge the charges used to be like 600 per hour or something like that. And then this whole concept of like having big machineries and everything started. And in northern India, Punjab is the area where most of the machineries are, and those people from that area travel to all the states like Haryana, Rajasthan, UP, everywhere. People from Punjab travels, and they are doing it, and they are doing it very well, and they are earning handsome amount, within a period of like 1-2 months, they earn for the whole year and then goes back. So this is happening right now, and this idea is very well thought. I want to congratulate for that.
Thank you.
But again, I just want to bring in one more point, which like in the near future you might want to think of. Government is coming up with very new ideas, and one such idea in field of agriculture is like industrialization of agriculture. Right now, the land is distributed at such a micro level that one family or one person, if it talk about size of land, that has gone below an acre. Because of that small chunks, the agriculture is no more that profitable.
Correct.
And people are struggling, and like all kind of problems are there. So there is a proposal which is yet to go through cabinet and everywhere, where government will allow industries to enter into agriculture, and industry will go to a village, talk to the people, borrow lands from them, from everyone in the village, and like for a period of 10 years or leasing, some kind of different kind of leasing will happen, and they will convert the whole land of that particular village in a one big field, in one big farm. And then all this big machineries can be easily used. um, right now, like our machinery sizes are very less compared to US and Europe.
Right.
And then with all those there is a clear distinction between the farms, that this is my land and this is your land, and there is a मिट्टी के साथ वो बना देते हैं बीच में. So that all will be broken, and larger machineries, larger output, and better management can be done. So this is coming up. This will come very soon.
Yes,
But
that
that
already
leaves the
started.
farmer, the landowner, out of his occupation for 10 years, huh?
Yes, yes. I
That's
think
the
it has already
repercussion.
started with Pepsi. They have taken a few hundreds of acres in some part of the country where the farmers gets directly the returns, and everything is maintained through Pepsi Co. for their lace products. They're farming potatoes through this contract. Yes, we have thought about this as well, and in case if this industrialization of agriculture happens, that would be boon to our business model, where we get corporate customers as well in our portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about that. The potato story, I know about that as well, because one of my cousin was a very early scientist. He used to work with McCain's. He brought that breed of potato, which is used right now, the long one, where what you call French fries are manufactured or created out of that, the long potatoes. So he was a person who brought in that thing in India. He's no more on this earth, but I know that whole story as well. So good, I really like it. Thank you.
Okay. So you said you did talk to 50-100 farmers in 2 different locations, right?
Yes.
So could you just throw some light on that, like direct response, like a market survey, you can say?
Yes, it's like whomever I spoke to, and when I start with my business idea, they are actually looking forward for this kind of startups. So it's like even though the machines are available, everything is there, but still being this as a completely scattered market. And this is not, mine is not new idea. Even Mahindra has come up with Tringo, and John Deere has come up with they have collaborated with EM3 Agri Solutions based in Gurgaon, and even TAFE has come up with J Farms, where there is a platform to book the farm machinery. They have collaborated with the government as well. But still, if we go to the same markets where these big companies are there, there is still a gap where the farmers needs this service. It's like we have almost 60 crores of market size. There are 60 crore population who is into agriculture, with 88% of them working less than 1 hectare of land. So which makes this market space very big, and even if we have 100 more companies with the same idea, we can still have monopoly in particular designated regions. So that is what the potential this have. But right now what we are facing the challenges, since we are completely working and we don't know exactly what are the challenges, even though we are talking, unless and until we go into that ocean of market, we can't realize what are the problems that we'll get. So we want to understand what are those problems and accordingly modify our model. So what can be that proof of concept or minimum viable product that we can hit the market, where we can test our idea and then scale it up.
Yeah. So right now you're saying, I think the main problem you're facing is, you're saying is you are not getting enough time to do other things because you're stuck in your corporate job or whatever job you're doing.
Yes,
and,
time is one thing, but rather than time, it's the way how can we kickstart it.
Yeah. Okay. So I let me give one advice, and others can give more advices. So
Yes,
for
please.
proof of concept, you don't need to do a lot. You just need to sell or do something with few farmers. Like let's say the 50 people that you spoke. I'm not sure if you did some video recording or some kind of clip recording for them. That can also be a kind of a proof of concept. Because that is more like like you're getting that feedback from the end customer, right? If you're doing something like that, are
Right.
they willing to take that service, even at cost to cost, let's say? But you are giving that service as, let's say, no charge for doing it cost to cost. And whatever you give, you take the same, or you give them whatever they. It's just an alternative you are giving, that okay, you do get it from us, will be a better service provider, price will be same, kind of something like that.
Yes,
Or
as far
price
as
will be
revenue model is considered, it is
Yeah.
very transparent that we'll charge 10 to 15% commission in the whole transaction.
Correct. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that initial 10-20%, maybe you can let go. You can consider that as a proof of concept
Yes,
cost,
yes.
marketing cost, and things like that. Because once you do that transaction, then it becomes a very valid thing. Before that, it's more like a survey, and a lot of times people might say, yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do that. But when it really comes to paying and using that service as a practical thing, that
Exactly.
there might be a gap between these two. Anyone has any other
Exactly.
do you agree to this, or any other suggestion for
Yeah,
you to just
completely.
do that
Yeah,
proof of concept?
yeah,
Yes.
completely agree to this, Vishal. I just want to add, like, start with the people around, like your own village, your own community, and then you will see the real challenge on ground. Like, if a machinery breaks in between, then what happens?
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's how you can start your own village, your own community, your own people, your family, your relatives, your friends. So that's the way to start.
Yeah. Yes, Rishaba, you wanted to say
And
something, or Dheeraj? Yes, please.
yeah, I was just suggesting that once you work towards your proof of concept, I would recommend, okay, success stories we can always get it because of our contacts and families and friends and all. But I would try to have one such roadblocker scenario also factored as part of your proof of concept, that this was actually a big challenge, and this is what we faced and how we overcome that. So that would I would request to include such a roadblocker scenario in your proof of concept as well, wherein
Consider
there
few
was a
scenarios, so that nothing
one
shows as a bias,
roadblock,
that you are like a hero who can kill everybody.
yeah.
One roadblock what we thought we could be facing is the credit issue with the farmers. So generally farmers completely work on credit based models. So that can be our major bottleneck in the whole transactions.
Yeah. So once
So
you do this,
how to compensate that? We
yeah, but see, right now you are saying
we
it
hit
as
the market,
a
we can't do it.
yeah. So right now what you are saying it as a more like a assumption, right? the ground reality might not be exactly the same,
Right.
or maybe very different from what you are saying. So
Yes, yes.
that credit problem is 1 month problem, 2 month problem, or like eternity problem. That also you don't know. Okay. So unless you start jumping, that's why with some trusted people, if you start, that thing will not come, and see, you will burn a bit of money from your pocket, yeah, or burn a bit of time, obviously. That is, but consider that as same as your XLRI fees.
Right.
Okay. Yes, Rishaba, you have a comment.
Hi. तो लाइक ये सजेस्ट में मतलब यही बोल रहा था कि लाइक आइडिया नो डाउट सही अच्छा है, बट हाँ जो नील सर ने बोला कि जैसे जो इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन ऑफ फार्मिंग है जैसे यूएस में हो रहा है अभी, लाइक वहाँ पे काफी यही सब कुछ होता है कि लाइक कंपनीज फार्मर को लाइक रेंट पे लेके फिर उनसे लाइक प्रोडक्ट उगा के, अब तो आपके पास ये प्लस पॉइंट है कि आपके पास डाटाबेस है फार्मर का, आपके पास रिलेशंस है फार्मिंग लाइक फार्मर्स के, सो लाइक जब भी ये आता है लाइक कंसेप्ट या फिर अभी आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, है ना?
Yeah, they can start. I think they can say it's just
I
more
think
like they
they
are
can
looking
start
for
right
the
now.
very first.
Yeah, क्योंकि फार्मर्स के लाइक अभी जो नॉर्मल जो लाइक फसल वगैरह है वो उगाने के में लाइक इतना उनके पास पैसा नहीं आ रहा, लेकिन जब वो इसमें शिफ्ट होंगे इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन में, तो आई थिंक वो ज्यादा बेनिफिट कमा पाएंगे.
Rishabh, there is no legal instrument in India right now in the space of farming, or farmers are really protected entity if I talk in terms of economic reforms right now. So it's really difficult to get into it without having something on paper and properly legalized.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we need to wait for that.
Yeah. Otherwise.
Yeah. Ms. Shrikant, you want to have a comment? You unmuted your mic, I think. Okay. No, I was adding one more comment that because of this, our topic is also that using the government's reform, like the economic package has come up. So this agriculture thing is one hot topic right now, which will, I don't know, maybe a lot of people are going to move to agriculture just because they have realized that food is something that they need 2 to 3 times a day.
Right.
They can live without clothes. They can live with, let's say, a very average shelter and other things also. Maybe internet also a few hours, 1 hour maybe okay. But food is something they need every day. There is no compromise there.
Right.
Maybe your co-founder can also speak a bit. Maybe Anish, yeah, you have any?
Yeah.
comments,
Everyone
questions?
is every engineer I'm seeing is going to organic farm. So they are thinking of starting the organic farming and earning a living. So that's a good chance for us, I guess.
Yeah. I think I don't know. A lot of people might also
more
start farming
educated
in the
people,
backyard. So yeah, they might need a small tractor or tractor for a day just for the backyard farming. Right?
Yes, actually, there is a new
also...
segment in tractors called orchid farming tractors, which are very small and affordable. That's the new segment coming up in our current market.
Yeah, so maybe you can package your this thing with full-fledged setup, backyard farming setup. Don't depend on others. Grow your own basic food at least. The vegetables, daily vegetables. I mean, obviously, it is an interest thing. There can be, another thing is, a lot of people are going to give you a lot of advices, but you have to now filter those advices also. Don't just jump around like a football. इसने इधर से kick कर दिया तो इधर चले. So not like that also. You have to be more focused. But yeah, I mean, it's good to take advices from people, and then you can filter things according to your interest, and then you can move in that direction.
Anyone else? Yes, Shrikant. What about contractual manufacturing for FMCG company? What do you think that scope will be in this sector? That if someone is doing contractual farming for FMCGs, those who are in manufacturing food, and they go into an industrialization of farming, kind of scope is there.
Could you just explain this a bit more?
Suppose ITC is taking some kind of mangoes or papaya for their food beverages, for short of example. So if they are taking in industrialization manner, if I go for farming for their for on their behalf, like ITC or something, what's the scope in future if you are looking forward in this kind of industry?
Okay, maybe others can, or maybe Ram can also answer. I think you are doing agriculture anyways. So, like, what do you think this scope?
So that's what I think the future can be. It's like if we want to increase the per acre produce to the farmer, ultimately we need to start industrializing it. We need to use our operations concept we use in our work life every day on the farms. Definitely. So that can happen only when private sector comes into involve into this particular field. Or else whatever government reforms are coming, it will be namesake and not everyone will get the benefits. Ultimately, the private sector will drive the change. So I'm actually looking forward for this change to happen in the near future. And definitely that will be win-win situation for both the companies, where they know exactly where their products are being sourced from, how they are grown, what is the pesticides that are being used. They can get the maximum benefit out of the product. So they can optimize the supply chain completely. At the same time, it can be beneficial to the farmer as well, since it will be a proper industry and they'll be complying with the legalities and everything. The farmer income currently can be increased definitely. So we can see startups coming for platforms of connecting buyers to the sellers to farmers, buyers and sellers to farmers. So instead of this is a short-term solution. Ultimately, if a major FMCG player starts sourcing their own products from the farmers, train their farmers as their employees, and give the dividend from the produce, and then get the I mean, in a way he gets salary, at the same time dividend for the produce that he's working on. He's rewarded enough. His per acre benefit will be increased. So ultimately it is win-win situation for both FMCG company, farmer, and the end user, where he knows exactly where this is being sourced from. So that's win-win situation for the whole supply chain, which we have to our FMCG products has to aggressively work on this. I see a few. I think in near future we can witness these changes definitely. At least in vegetables, potatoes, onions, these products where FMCG is majorly sourced from.
Yes, Mr. Dheeraj, you had a comment, please.
Yeah. So just on that, Ram, I think wanted to know, like, as you said, you have spoken to many farmers in your villages and nearby, and also your partner has also done the same. So did you try to ask this from the farmers about, this option, that if they are given a chance that big company comes and they take a contract of a 5-year contract, they give them a fixed amount every month and they're okay with that? Were they more receptive about this change, or were they more reluctant about this change? They wanted to have a freedom on their crop and field, or were they okay with that limited fixed income coming every year?
Those
how was the response?
Will be definitely there. Farmers, what if I can say, farmers ke liye, farming, it's like an addiction. You give them 1 crore rupees, the next year he'll put the whole, complete 1 crore rupees on his land, irrespective of thinking about the output. So we have a major population of farming community like this. And in today's scenario, it's like even the 10 acres owner do not have these machinery availability and labor availability, due to which he's renting out those 10 acres to 10 different small scale farmers on rent. So if he is giving those 10 acres, I can tell a simple example of data. In Indian farmers, if we see, we have 82% of 0 to 2 hectares farming land, and 13.2% with 2 to 10 hectares, and 0.6 people greater than 10 hectares. When FMCG comes into this particular business, they'll target this 13.2% and 0.6% first, where the big land owners are getting they can act as what you say, the role models for the smaller farmers to work there. So it's like they has to realize the benefits. The small farmers for whom this is an addiction, for them to do this as an occupation, they need freedom on their land. They need to understand they need to realize the benefit of industrializing this. So once it is realized, the farmer who has risk of going into minus 100% loss or profit of maximum of plus 20% margin, he can get a fixed income every month as a salary and a dividend on his crop for his own work. So that needs to be realized. So companies has to make these small farmers realize that, and to start with that, they have to target the farmers who are working on the larger lands, where they have been many issues doing it. It will be a high risk for them as well. It's like one of the most uncertain business right now in today's scenario. So that's what the idea is.
So one is like the supply. As you gave the numbers, the facts there, I think the supply is great. We have so much of hectares of land, and we have, as you you told about those brackets. But what about the demand, the corporate demand? What is the raw material demand looks like? Is it more than the supply we had, or is it what fraction of the supply of land that we have? Have you done any research on that part as well? That the corporate demand is asking about this, million tons of onion or potato.
No, I have not directly worked on this part of research.
Okay.
But this is whatever I'm telling is my understanding through discussion with the farmers. So
okay.
I can put these farmers in the buckets of this 86%, 13%, and
86%.
The 86% for them, they'll never give up farming as their occupation. They need the farm. It is a prestige issue for them. It is their occupation, and they own it. And this 13%, they are looking for smaller farmers who can farm for them, and the owner gets the rent periodically. So, and the same thing with 0.6% as well. In these people, there are very limited people who are working at this scale. They are cultivating everything that they own. Those people, I've met one or two across the whole 100 people of data set. So, which makes FMCGs easier to target these 13%. That's what my idea is. I don't have exact research from the demand side yet.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ram. I mean, there are like some valuable inputs, and I mean, this is definitely a go-to market for new, new ventures. And this has been in talks for a long time. Walmart also started to venture into India, talking about the cold storage and doing this industrial farming as well. But they couldn't do because of various other reasons, some legalities issues. But this is definitely a good bracket wherein industry wants to enter. Only thing is we have some legal constraints. I think that's stated that is being worked out. Hopefully, it works out soon, and I mean, people would understand the benefits more than the challenges, especially from the farmer sides, once this gets more formalized from the government side.
Right, but we are planning to target only being as a farm mechanization service provider.
Correct.
These FMCGs coming into market would be a benefit advantage for our business.
Yep.
Yes.
Great. And also, like I said in my comment, right? So this can help in the COVID times. I mean, your rules or to be permissions and things might get approval faster, probably. You never know. So maybe it's a good time to, jump in deeper. Yeah, don't wait further. Timing is one very important factor in startups.
Right.
Okay. If you miss the timing, then that timing may not come for a long time. Okay, so anyone has any comment regarding the agriculture business or like other variations of towards agriculture?
Yeah, Vishal, if you can help with Ram's contact, and if Ram agrees to the group.
Yeah, sure. I think Ram, are you in which group? Yes, you got this?
I got it through our XLRA incubation group
Okay.
Professor Santosh Kumar has forwarded the invite to us.
Exceed.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just write. I think let me just write my number. I think I shared the LinkedIn and Telegram group also.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, Sham, you can share your number.
And also just a suggestion, right? Because we have many people on the call, and I think Atul is also there. So maybe if people can help with their IRMA alumni base, they can be of good help to Ram in terms of in this field and the research they have done. So that will definitely help him further. And also he can reach out to the existing IRMA batch as well for any research if he wants any help with, So
Yes.
those
So-
research elements can be worked out by the IRMA students as well.
So Dheeraj, I'm not from IRMA. I'm from IIMA, but I know many people from IRMA, very many, including the previous director of IRMA, who was wife of IIMA professor. So IRMA, I know a lot of friends. I'm happy to connect. And also, one of the most important persons I can think of is Professor Anil Gupta of IIM Ahmedabad. He has a lot of work in all these social ventures, especially all the agri entrepreneurs. Many others people in agribusiness I know. Many people from Bihar, where I am from, they also doing really well, good stuff in agribusiness in Bihar. So happy to make all. So I think as Vishal has already created this LinkedIn group and Telegram group, that would be the best way where we can start sharing our contacts so that we can connect with each other.
I'm just sharing those again.
Yeah, absolutely.
The link. So I'm sharing
Thanks,
the LinkedIn group and the Telegram group. The WhatsApp group is full, so I don't share that. It has a limit of 2%.
And Vishal, you must acknowledge that I have been the guilty of making your group full because I said with all those groups which I was part of.
Yeah. So thanks to Atul sir. Okay, ठीक है. ये तो हो गया. Okay, so let's talk a bit about general things that people get stuck. So Ram, in your case, you are not really stuck with the money, right?
I can say that as well is a constraint, but still it is manageable. I can say.
Okay. I think also one thing you should look at more of this the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the fine prints.
Yes.
You are fitting, your idea is really fitting at one of the bullet points there. That might help you, or I don't know, you might tweak your business plan a bit to fit those.
Yes, I'm actually going through it in detail to find such opportunity.
Sure. That's good. Yeah. So agriculture is one thing I think personally think we'll see a lot of boom because of this situation.
Yes, hope.
Yeah. And I think another sector that can see a lot of traction will be online education, which didn't get a lot of traction till now maybe, but now people have realized that.
Yes, I think in past 2 months, the Upgrade and Udemy have exponentially increased their business maybe.
Yeah, and more players will come. Yes, Atul sir.
And as you mentioned, Vishal, online education is going to be really take a big boom. The whole world is learning through Coursera and Udemy and Khan Academy and all of this. Myself and Abhishek, who is part of the group, I don't know if he's present now or not, we also started a course on entrepreneurship because we thought कि इस market में post corona में job market will remain tight, it will get even worse, but the only market which will have opportunity is entrepreneurship. तो हमने कहा कि from our side let's do what we can do. So many people think about entrepreneurship कि हाँ we should become an entrepreneur, we should do a startup. Startup is a cool thing. India में college school students also talk about startups, but people don't know what actually it means or what it takes. People don't know the dark side of a startup. कि जो भी आपको superstar startup दिख रहे हैं उनके 10 साल 20 साल probably जूते घिस गए और उनकी बैंक बैलेंस पे घिस गए और बहुत कष्ट में होते हैं startups. तो reality से बहुत लोग दूर होते हैं. तो हमने कहा कि entrepreneurship का एक course कराते हैं so that people know both the plus and minus of being an entrepreneur. Minus तो obviously मैंने बोला कि ज़्यादातर startups fail हो जाते हैं, 90% or more fail. and but they have to. But the successful ones, they fail and fail. They try again and then they try again. You have to fail multiple times. In most cases, people do it successfully first time, but most people fail multiple times, and then they actually hit the jackpot. Jackpot नहीं मिले, तो if you get some sustainable या आपकी पुरानी जो job से ज़्यादा मिल गया, तो that's also success. कि आप whatever you earning 5 लाख 10 लाख 1 करोड़ जो भी कमा रहे थे, आप स्टार्टअप से वो कमा रहे हैं, तो उसके साथ बोनस ये है कि वो 1 करोड़ आपका है. यू आर आई मीन उसके टैक्स बेनिफिट भी मिलेंगे. जैसे किसी भी स्टेट में, कंट्री में, इंडिया में भी है, यूएस में भी है, कि अगर आप एज एंटरप्रेन्योर आपका बहुत सारा जो कॉस्ट है, आपका जो रियल स्टेट, आपका घर भी है, प्राइमरी रेजिडेंस है, दैट आल्सो यू कैन डू टैक्स डिडक्टेबल. मेनी ऑफ योर एक्सपेंसेस, ट्रैवल, बट आपको जेन्युइनली करना पड़ेगा. यू कांट स्कैम इट, अदरवाइज फिर आपको गवर्नमेंट पकड़ लेगी. तो इफ यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सपेंसेस, आपका लैपटॉप है, आपका इंटरनेट है, आपका बिजली है, everything you can expense it out as long as you have a solid record of it. कि बॉस आपके पास प्रूफ है कि आपका ज्यादा टाइम, जैसे टैक्स भरते समय मेरा जो अकाउंटेंट ने पूछा कि आप अपना जो घर भी, आप तो होम ऑफिस चलाते हो, घर का यूज करते हो, तो आप पूरे घर को यूज नहीं कर सकते हो कि ऑफिस? बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि वो तो मेरा प्राइमरी रेजिडेंस है. बट हाँ, अगर आपके पास एक ऐसा कुछ स्पेस है जिसमें कि आप मेजॉरिटी अपने ऑफिस के रूप से उसको यूज करते हो, तो दैट पार्ट यू कैन सो. तो थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी पार्ट है कि, लेकिन मैं इस ग्रुप में जितने लोग उनको बोलना चाहूंगा कि नाउ इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. एक आर्टिकल भी शेयर किया था मैंने कि जितने भी सक्सेसफुल बूम आए, इकोनॉमिक बूम, स्टार्टअप बूम आया है, तो हमेशा रिसेशन के टाइम पे ही आता है. रिसेशन के टाइम पे कंपटीशन थोड़ा कम हो जाता है, एंड स्टार्टअप्स is the best time to do is when in startup, because बहुत सारे problems discovery जो existing बड़ी companies हैं, they face slowdown and many shutdown. So now is a good time to make your market entry. I'll start now.
Yeah. So Atul, have you launched a course in Coursera or other you were mentioning, or have you started?
No, we are not doing it in Coursera. Coursera में also I registered in Coursera too. मैं Coursera में खुद I use Coursera as a student, मैं पढ़ता हूँ उससे. लेकिन हमने अपना,
I thought you have launched something of your own. That's what.
we launched something. No, we have launched something of our own. But हम Coursera में नहीं, हमने अपना अलग वेबसाइट लॉन्च करने वाले हैं. बट हमने Yen Bootcamp के नाम से Young Entrepreneurs Network एक प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया है. उसमें काफी सारे लोग हैं अभी, मतलब कि व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, टेलीग्राम, फेसबुक, वो सारा कर लिया, वेबसाइट पे काम कर रहे हैं. तो हम अपना कोर्स जो है उसको ऑनलाइन हम लोग लॉन्च करने वाले. हमने दो दिन हमने सेशन लिया भी लास्ट वीक. अभिषेक जनता जो इस ग्रुप में है, और मैंने
अभिषेक है,
अभिषेक आपको
अभिषेक थोड़ा सा बता दो क्या है क्या नहीं है
बूट कैंप के बारे में. तो
पूरा प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में. बूट कैंप तो एक पार्ट हुआ ना.
ठीक है. नहीं तो जैसे एक एग्जांपल लेकर हम बूट कैंप का बारे में बतलाएंगे तो वो ज्यादा बेनिफिट होगा. कि जैसे मान लीजिए कि 2 दिन का हम लोग वो बूट कैंप चलाए थे लोग, तो वो फर्स्ट डे तो डिस्कशन में बीत गया, और सेकंड डे में मतलब उसमें बहुत सारे लोग एजुकेशन फील्ड से पार्टिसिपेट किए थे. तो ऐसा नहीं कि जैसे बहुत सारे लोग वो करवाते हैं और कहते हैं तो वो रह जाता है. लेकिन हम लोग को मतलब एक आदमी दूसरे को क्या सपोर्ट कर सकता है. ठीक है, जैसे हम भी एजुकेशन फील्ड में हैं, आप भी एजुकेशन फील्ड में हैं. मेरा लिंक है बिहार के स्कूल में, मैं आपका लिंक है वेस्ट बंगाल का स्कूल में. तो आप हमको वेस्ट बंगाल में मदद कीजिएगा, हम आपको वो बिहार का स्कूल में मदद करेंगे. तो मतलब एक दूसरे को कैसे हेल्प कर सकता है, और ये चीज हम लोग 2 दिन का कोर्स में ही करके दिखलाए लोग. जैसे अर्चना मैडम आई थी, ठीक है, उस दिन हम उनको वो कमिटमेंट किए थे कि आप अपना क्विज वाला लॉन्च कीजिए, हम आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे. वो आज मेरे को वो कांटेक्ट की जो भी अपना वो प्रोग्राम कर रही है, और हम उनके लिए अपना 2-3 घंटा टाइम लेकर, मेरे पास जितना स्कूल का कांटेक्ट है 100+ स्कूल में सारे से बात किए, शेयर किए. अब वो आता है ना आता है वो तो खैर स्कूल का मैटर है कि आप किसी को जबरदस्ती नहीं बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन एक दूसरे को उसमें पूरा हेल्प कर रहा है लोग. तो इसी चीज को हम मतलब एक क्या करने वाले हैं कि 2 दिन वाला को ही हम लोग आगे जाकर 8 वीक का एक कोर्स लॉन्च कर रहे हैं लोग. और मेरा फर्दर प्लानिंग क्या है कि जैसे बिजनेस होता है छोटा छोटा इन्वेस्टमेंट का, मान लीजिए 10,000 रुपया या 20,000 रुपया, तो हम ये भी सोचे हैं कि हम गांव के लोगों को ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करवाएंगे। एज फॉर एग्जांपल चप्पल का ही हो गया, अगर आपको वो चप्पल मैन्युफैक्चर करना है तो वो 10-15-20,000 से ज्यादा खर्च नहीं आएगा। हम अपना उसमें पैसा लगाएंगे, हम ट्रेनिंग देंगे गांव के लोगों को जो भी गरीब है, और हम बोलेंगे कि तुम सीख लिए, मेरा पैसा लग रहा है, इससे तुम वो बनाओ, सेल करो, और जो भी प्रॉफिट आएगा उसका कुछ % हमको दो। तो मतलब हम लोग का जो मदद कर रहे हैं लोग, ऐसा नहीं कि एकदम टायर 1 टायर 2 सिटी तक, एकदम गांव लेवल तक हम लोग पहुंच रहे हैं लोग।
हाँ, एक चीज और ऐड करना चाहेंगे, जैसे अभिषेक और मेरा, अभिषेक है बिहार में, मैं हूँ कैलिफोर्निया में, तो ये डेडली कॉम्बिनेशन है कि दुनिया के सबसे पैसे वाले या सिलिकॉन वैली में भी है, और ये एक तरह से पास्ट था, ये करंट है, बट बिहार और झारखंड या कोई भी उड़ीसा, कोई भी गांव का लीजिए तो वो फ्यूचर है, क्योंकि वहां पे अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत है, प्रॉब्लम्स बहुत है, बट उसको सॉल्व करने वाले लोग चाहिए। तो अभिषेक मान लीजिए बिहार में करा रहा है, मैं यहाँ पे कैलिफोर्निया में, चूंकि मेरे पास पहले भी मैंने कैलिफोर्निया में क्लासेस लिया था स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, स्कूल के स्टूडेंट को जो पढ़ाया वही चीज आज एडल्ट्स को पढ़ा रहे हैं, क्योंकि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप सब जगह सेम है। तो ये जो ग्लोबल वाला एंगल है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है। मैं ये ग्रुप के मेंबर्स को बताना चाहूँ, उस ग्रुप हमारे उस मीटिंग में भी जापान के भी 2 लोग आए थे, उसमें क्या नाम था, नताशा जी आई थी, एक विकास जी आए थे जो कि जापान में से PhD है, तो उन्होंने अपने एक कलीग को लेके आ गए विकास जी, तो विकास जी आ गए, साथ में नताशा जी आ गए। अब नताशा जी का जो जापान का वो जापानीज लैंग्वेज कुछ चाहती थे कि वो बिहार में सिखाएं। तो ये जो जैसे विशाल जी आपके ग्रुप में क्या होता है कि बहुत बैकग्राउंड के लोग आते हैं, आइडिया शेयर करते हैं, एक दूसरे को जानते हैं, बट आपस के ही इस ग्रुप के ही जो जितने लोग हैं, 20 लोग कॉल में आए या 10 लोग कॉल आए, वो वही 10 लोग आपस में कोलैबोरेट करके कोई ना कोई एक दूसरे से, आपके ग्रुप के थ्रू 3-4 लोगों से मेरी बात चल रही है, कल उनसे बात हुई थी जिनका एनर्जी ड्रिंक की बात चल रही थी, क्या कहते हैं, सत्तू टाइप का। तो ग्रुप के थ्रू अगर स्पिरिट रहेगा ना शेयरिंग का, कोलैबोरेशन का, कि हम हेल्प कैसे कर सकते हैं, हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू, दैट्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कीवर्ड, कि हम हर बार ये पूछे कि हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू, हाउ कैन वी हेल्प यू, रादर देन कि ज्यादातर लोग अपने पे फोकस करते हैं कि तुम मेरे लिए क्या कर सकते हो। तो वो जो सेल्फ सेंटर्ड ऑप्शन ज्यादा दिन काम नहीं करता, लोग आपको पहचान जाते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग आपसे कटने लगते हैं। बट द मोमेंट यू चेंज द स्पिरिट टू हाउ कैन वी हेल्प यू, हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू, तो फिर दुनिया आपसे जुड़ना चाहेगी। आई होप अभिषेक मैंने ठीक से कैप्चर किया।
यस जैसे वो विकास जी का एग्जांपल ले रहे हैं, तो वो अपना बिहार में एक सेंटर खोलना चाहते थे जहां पे बच्चे लोग आए, जैसे मान लीजिए कि उनको रोबोटिक्स सीखना या कोई भी चीज सीखना है, वह उस सेंटर पर आकर अपना मतलब वो कर पाए, लोग सीख पाए, लोग ट्रेनिंग ले पाए लोग, पर उनके पास आदमी नहीं था बिहार के लिए। मेरा उनसे अभी लगभग डेली बात चल रहा है, हम लोगों का 2 दिन का बूट कैंप में इस लेवल तक चला गया है कि जुलाई से तक हम लोग का सेंटर वो सेटल होने जा रहा है पटना में, ठीक है। तो मतलब इस लेवल का सपोर्ट हो रहा है एक दूसरे को। हम उनसे बोलें कि आपको आने का भी जरूरत नहीं है, आप जापान में रहिए और आपका सारा चीज एकदम प्रॉपर्ली चलेगा बिहार में।
और एक और चीज मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगा, बहुत बार हम लोग स्टार्टअप की जब सोचते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट के पीछे भागते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट का वो फंड है, भारत सरकार का नीति आयोग ये कर रहा है, या स्टार्टअप इंडिया ये कर रहा है, या बिहार सरकार ये कर रहा है, आंध्र सरकार नहीं। गवर्नमेंट के पीछे ज्यादा भागना मेरे ख्याल से टाइम वेस्ट है। जो करना आप मान के चलिए कि गवर्नमेंट को पहले कुछ कर लीजिए, बाद में पता चले, क्योंकि आप पहले से गवर्नमेंट को इन्वॉल्व कीजिएगा तो आप कचरे में फंस जाइएगा और गवर्नमेंट को। लेकिन हाँ, अगर आप जापान में हैं तो वहाँ के गवर्नमेंट बिल्कुल आपको जितना चाहिए आपको सपोर्ट करेगी। तो आपको ये काफी चीज स्टार्टअप ग्लोबल भी है, लोकल भी होता है, कि आपको लोकल एनवायरनमेंट के हिसाब से अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा। अब जैसे इनको अभिषेक जी को मैंने बोला कि बिहार में कुछ करना है ना, तो आप ऑलरेडी जनता ग्रुप आपका अच्छा काम कर रहा है, आपका बिमल बॉट्स इतना अच्छा काम कर रहा है,
तो काम करते रहिए आप। गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के लिए डायरेक्टली गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के पीछे मत भागिए, प्राइवेट स्कूल के पीछे भागते रहिए, जो कि कर भी रहे हैं, तो उसमें आपको ज्यादा फायदा मिलेगा। बाद में हो सकता है कि सरकार ही आपके पीछे आएगा कि आप थोड़े फेमस हो जाएगा, बड़े हो जाएगा, तो सरकार आपको बोलेगा अच्छा ये वाला भी हमारा आप अभिषेक जी चला सकते हैं कि हमारे स्कूल तो चल नहीं रहा है और बहुत पब्लिक से प्रेशर पड़ रहा है, तो आप हमारे सारे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स को क्यों नहीं लेते हैं। तो वो आप पुल क्रिएट किए, रात दिन की पुश जबरदस्ती गवर्नमेंट के पीछे भागिए तो बहुत आप प्रॉब्लम फंसेंगे। ये मेरा एक्सपीरियंस।
Okay, ठीक है। Anyone has any comment for today? We'll finish today otherwise, and we'll continue tomorrow.
I would
with
add
more ideas. Yes,
I would
ma'am.
like to add to Atul on this. In any industry, we see if the government only supports after realizing its benefit, and that can happen through when private sector enters that particular market or that business. So if we are even going through targeting a social startup where we are trying to solve real life problems, say for your example, the education problem or entrepreneurship problem, we need to first target the affordable customers first, let them realize the benefits, and then approach the government for what are our mission of the businesses. So only then we can get the support from the government, and that would be a kickstart for the business. That's what I feel.
That's a very good point, Ram. And Abhishek, you also would like to share कि आपने कैसे you started sending those small villages and smaller places rather than the big cities.
ठीक है, इसको और डिटेल में कल बात कर लेते हैं। यस ऋषभा, we can take last comment. हाँ, ऋषभा, your comment please.
Actually, like ठीक है, अब लेट हो रहा है, like टाइम हो गया, बट जो ये ट्रेनिंग वाला था, लाइक मैंने इसमें लाइक अराउंड 20 to 30 डेज लगा के लाइक कुछ रिसर्च किया है। तो आई वांट टू कनेक्ट हिम, लाइक ऐसा होता है कि गांव, अब जो अच्छे लोग हैं वो तो हाई स्कूल में पढ़ने चले जाते हैं, जो गांव के जो लोग होते हैं वो 12th करके बाद या तो खेतों में लग जाते हैं या फिर दुकान में जाते हैं, ठीक है। तो अपन उन सबको लाइक अगर अपन प्रैक्टिकल एजुकेशन दे पाए, जैसे और सेंटर्स खुल रहे हैं, रेजोनेंस एंड बहुत सारे कॉलेजेस खुल रहे हैं, अगर अपन उसकी जगह पूरी इंडिया में अगर प्रैक्टिकल लाइक ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स खोल पाए, ठीक है, तो उसमें ये होगा कि लाइक अब लोग आएंगे, ठीक है, नो डाउट उनको अपन सिखा देंगे, लेकिन फिर अपन को एक वो पूरा चेन बनाना पड़ेगा। तो वो मैंने थोड़ा तैयार किया है कि कैसे लोग आएंगे और फिर अपन उनको जॉब कहाँ से लगाएंगे, कैसे ना लाइक उनको प्लेस करवाएंगे, या फिर एक जैसे एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि बहुत सारे लोगों के पास पैसा है, ठीक है, मेरे गांव में वो लाइक एक फैक्ट्री खोलना चाह रहे हैं, बट उनके पास 10 टेलर नहीं है कपड़े की फैक्ट्री के लिए, ठीक है। तो अपन उन लोगों को कैसे अप्रोच करेंगे कि ठीक है, हमने इन लोगों को 1 महीना पूरा सिखाया है, ठीक है, हम अपना कार्ड दे रहे हैं, मतलब उनका कि सर्टिफिकेट होता है लर्निंग का, वैसे उनको एक कार्ड मिल जाएगा कि हाँ इसको ये वाली चीज पूरी आती है। अब फिर उसको लाइक लोगों को कैसे आगे लाइक जॉब लगवाते, तो वो सारी एक चीजें है। तो
ठीक है, I think I understand what you're saying. This is your idea.
Yes, हम इन पे बोलना चाहेंगे, ठीक है। जो आप बोल रहे हैं, एक तो एजुकेशन फील्ड में ऑलरेडी हम एक काम स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं। जब ये लॉकडाउन स्टार्ट हुआ था उसके 5-10 दिन बाद हम क्या किए,
आपके लिए बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
नहीं ये कर, इसका आइडिया है, वो his idea and he wants our feedback. नहीं ठीक है, we can continue. I think today we are running out of time. Yeah, we'll get to this idea, and also Abhishek का जो था उसको भी थोड़ा और डिटेल में समझते हैं, ठीक है। तो tomorrow I think we'll do this too and other things also, ठीक है। So yeah, see you tomorrow 10 PM. Same meeting link will work and same agenda, part 2, ठीक है। Okay.
Yeah, thank you all. Thanks Vishal for bringing this. Thank you.
Thank you.